Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the B- podcast brought to you by Media Inc. We are glad to be back here in the studio for you guys, kind of on a different schedule a little bit here. We were supposed to go yesterday, but a few change in plans, and here we are live in the KMSU podcast room high above Beaver Boulevard at Minot State University. I am your host, Cole Clementich, here to bring you guys another great episode, a loaded one today. We are lucky now to be joined by the group from Linton High School, the only high school in the state that has a live radio station that plays 24/7. And we got a lot of faces in here. So guys, if you just want to introduce yourselves one by one, we'll start over here.
My name is Shane.
Moving on.
My name is Jonathan.
My name is Dalton.
I'm Peyton.
And I'm Nicole.
And this is the crew from Linton High School, and today we're going to discuss kind of a little bit about your guys' routine at the high school radio station. And anyone can talk, and of course we got the yellow mic being shared right now, so feel free to step in whenever. But again, this is the B- podcast brought to you by Media Inc. Episode 2. We are underway. So guys, Linton High School, the only radio station in the state at the high school level. Just kind of talk, and anyone can answer this, what goes into the life of a Linton High School student, in particular, the radio side?
Basically, you kind of have your, different jobs that you're supposed to do. So, you have to voice track some days. Some people have, voice tracking, or you have to go live on air. People do, promos or whatever it is, but most of the time I just go on air, but yeah. Basically, everybody has their own job.
Nice. What are some of the other jobs that you guys like to work on?
Podcasting. That's my
Podcasting? I like that one in particular.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, we're all set up here. And, so podcasting. What about podcasting? We're all engraved on it right now, but, what aspect really, kind of draws you in about it?
The ability to be stupid sometimes and just go back and cut it out. There have been more than a few times where I've had to go back and edit our podcast because of a few choice words.
Oh boy, yeah. We got to be careful about that too. Yeah, there's always the FCC. We don't want them crawling down our necks here. But that is actually a good topic of discussion there. So how do you guys kind of prep yourself for a show or prep for any segment that you do, like any DJ hits, or is there a set schedule? Kind of expand on that a little bit.
Well, for the record, I'm not originally from Linton. I voice track and have the radio class on ITV. But to prepare myself for my 2 hours, I kind of just boost my ego. I go on there like I am him, I am that guy, and it works out relatively fine.
Awesome. So you guys like to have some sort of personality involved with the radios. What are some things that you guys like to talk about on occasion?
I don't know, just kind of random stuff. I don't know what's going on in our lives. I kind of like to contribute the people, the listeners too. I like to ask them questions, just random things, just to involve them, just something fun basically.
Every now and again, I'll go through some of the weirdest laws for each state in the country because I find that to be enjoyable myself, so I have fun with it and try to make it better than just blandly reading it.
Nice. How about you two ladies? Do you have any sort of involvement with the radio? Any topics you like to talk about?
I think my favorite segment that we do in class is the Book of Useless Information.
Interesting. Tell me a little bit about that. I'm not sure if I've heard of this before.
It's what it sounds like. It's a book. We open it to a random page, and it's full of useless information that we talk about.
Nice. I should check that out sometime. We're just kind of free-balling a little bit today, so kind of making up some questions on the fly. But, so you guys are here touring campus. Talk about the day a little bit. I know you guys just got out of lunch, but also some few other fun events going on. What did you guys all do as part of your agenda?
90% of the day has been insulting Dalton. That's been most of the day.
Yeah, it is true. That's true.
Yeah, but I hear you guys went to the Mesa and checked a little bit of the MSU Dome. What was that like? And what did you guys learn, or what did you guys take away from that experience?
I took away that Minot has money to pay for a nice gym like that. Coming from the small school, it kind of jarring to first see.
Nice. What about the Minotauros aspect? What did you guys take away? Did they show you guys any of the camera equipment or the TD or technical equipment, I guess? Any of that sort of thing?
Yeah, I guess we went in with Ken, and he showed us a little bit of the arena. We couldn't go into the locker rooms or get anything special going on or be able to play around with any of the equipment because they were currently using it, being they had the Fargo Davies and Century High School out of Bismarck playing each other. But he did take us back there and let us see kind of how the camera crew works, told us how they go, how they operate, who kind of operates that. And then he took us back into the main office. He talked to us about kind of what a day looks like for them in the office, how many people they have working for them, kind of some of the logistics, and how their marketing program works, especially using all of their media people.
Awesome. And the Toros do a fantastic job on game days. Respect to Ken, respect to Kobe, Peter, and who else? I'm forgetting Victoria as well. Ownership group, Coach Campbell, they all do a fantastic job of making game day experiences great for the fans. And, for you guys being in the communication field, like what are some ways that you like to maybe entertain some of the listeners? Is there any input on that part?
I mean, I kind of like to play like trivia with them or like do like famous celebrity birthdays every day at like a certain time just to have them look forward to that. I don't know, that's just me, I guess. But like mostly just any ways to involve them, just like trivia, celebrity birthdays, questions, random facts, just whatever it is, I guess.
And like if I'm going through a weird state law or something, I'll come up with some random example off the fly that I find semi-entertaining, and then I'll just, and just get into that as well.
Nice. Has there ever been a time where you guys got the most interaction out of a segment, or did anyone call the station, or kind of talk a little bit about that?
I guess we had one Halloween show where we were really spitballing, and we got to talking about space cowboy clowns, and we had people call in about that a little bit because we kept on saying to call us like repetitively, and this was like an 8-hour long show of us sitting in the studio, so we were there till like 11 o'clock at night. So, yeah, we had a couple people call us, which was fun, but we didn't have them talk about a whole lot. It was kind of like, what's your opinion? Do you think there are cowboys in space? Do they ride amoebas? Like that kind of stuff.
Awesome. Going off from being on air, do you guys do anything with commercials and stuff, or do you try to pre-record? Do you have scripts on hand? Do you try to read and pre-record any sort of live reads, I guess, or do you guys have any experience with that at all?
I mean, I guess I would be the one who does. I do our sports update every day, so every morning I come in before 8 a.m. and I record our sports. Then we have our news director, Alexis Vetter, who records hers. She records news the day before, and then Jay Schmaltz, our advisor, he gets there and he records our weather before 7 a.m. and gets that put in. So we put those in every day. But we do have liners and sweepers and stuff that we make, and then for promotions, we'll put sounds together and stuff like that. For all of our giveaways, we have, obviously our toppers and liners and all that kind of stuff that a station has, but we've been kind of falling behind on that just due to the fact that we haven't really had a lot of kids in the program and stuff that are super interested in that, but we're starting to pick our feet back up now in the last year here. Nice.
That is good to hear about that. And just kind of when the station plays, so like if you guys want to look, so we kind of have our station playing on the monitor here. We'll show the music a little bit. The stream time's kind of in the way, but what's kind of the setup look like for Linton High School radio? Do you guys have like a couple songs that play and then commercial? This is set at a certain time, so is this. And what kind of software is involved with that?
I mean, as of like what we have, so we do like weather every 20 minutes. And so then usually I just play like songs or like little short clips of like people like saying things they voice tracked just here and there, but it's usually just like weather every like 20 minutes, and then the rest is like songs or like little clips.
So things are pretty scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we do 2 songs, then a liner or sweeper, and then at 20 and 40 minutes in the top of the hour, we do a weather jingle, and then about every 15 to 20 minutes, it's around the weather time, we do a buffer of about 2 or 3 commercials, and then at the 30-minute mark, again, we do commercials each time, unless we have an otherwise scheduled for planning.
Nice. That is a lot of good input there. So a little thing about that the audience does not know, so that our station, we cannot have a call to action. And this is the question I'm really looking most forward to. So our station can't have a call to action, but your guys's can. Your guys's goes out on live air. We're online mostly. We have an app, and we want to thank Riley, who I believe comes from your guys's part of town, and he made the app for us. But, talk, if you know anything about that, kind of speak on it. But, what are some keywords that you guys like to put out there that when advertising for like a business or a sponsor, that sort of thing?
I guess the main thing that we like to put in there is that they're locally owned and to support the local businesses and stuff, because it's such a small community. Everyone's tight woven and knows each other. So that can play in or out of your favor. Like for financial planning businesses and stuff like that, it gets a lot tougher because a lot of people don't want people in their community to know their financing and stuff like that going on. But a lot of things we like to use is that, hey, it's nearby. They have all this stuff going on nearby. We know you. And it's like the big thing that we use all the time is greeting you with a smile. That's the one thing that we use all the time.
Awesome. Is there usually a good reaction amongst the supporters of Linton High School Radio, or the ones that, want to have a spot on the station? Is there kind of a good camaraderie with that?
Yeah, for the most part, I guess we do have a good relationship with our sponsors. We aren't able to do like a whole lot with them. A lot of it's just pretty much them kind of donating to the program. We are so small, it's not like we're going to get out to a huge outreach and stuff like that, but it does help. We have a good relationship with them. Like we get them to sponsor some extra stuff that we do, like Farmers Union Insurance. They were a good one for us and stuff like that. Like we've had some good ones like that like to cooperate with us, and like they give us like free polo shirts and stuff like that once a year, and sponsor our equipment and stuff like that. And the other ones are just more for kind of like on-air maintenance and fees and stuff like that. But we do give them as much as we can, and then each one of them gets played at least twice per sports game.
Awesome. And you mentioned sports game there real quick. So with Linton being so small, like a small tight-knit community, everyone pretty much knows each other, I would assume. What are some things that you guys do get out into the field and get some reps in? Like you said, a sports game. Like I've seen some of the Facebook posts, like you do play-by-play, correct?
Yep.
Play-by-play. Talk about, what are some things that you guys do outside of the station?
I guess that would be probably more of a question for me, because I'm the only one who really does that outside of the station for right now. So, I mean, I guess I'll go out to about the farthest away game we have going. So there will be a home game some nights, and I'll end up driving to like Kindred, which kind of sucks because that's like 3 hours away. But we go out and do that, and then we try to keep our Twitter and our Facebook and stuff like that up and live for people. And then we actually started doing home games on our TV channel, where we do that with our NFHS cam. We do the picture off of there, and usually like Dalton runs the camera, John will run graphics, and we have a little scoreboard going. And then we actually feed the audio from the radio station on there. So we started doing that as well.
Nice. So she mentioned you, Dalton, doing the graphics and camera. What kind of experience, even just something simple like that can be a really big resume builder. How do you view that? And, just kind of talk more on just being able to, have an impact, off the camera. Is there like, do some of you, like get nervous on air? Like, do you have the nervous jitters, or do you have just sort of everything all planned out, ready to go? Is that kind of what goes on with that?
Yeah, basically, like, there's really no nervous jitters. I mean, I was right away, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. So now it's basically you just plan it, and then you just execute that plan. And then John's the one who actually runs the graphics. I'm just the guy with the joystick running the camera.
Oh, just the joystick? Okay.
But
Yeah.
It's something for now. But, yeah. But, I don't know. No nervous jitters. It gets easier the more you do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nicole, you had just mentioned TV, so I got word, or Neil got word, and then he passed it along to us that you guys just started implementing more video at your station or at your school. talk about how that has been going and some of the positive experiences from that.
I guess we've been starting to put that out and do the announcements in the morning, but I'm actually only our radio operations manager, so I'm actually going to let John answer this one because he's a little bit more in charge.
No, sounds good, yeah.
I guess technically I'm the one in charge, and like she said, we do the announcements every morning, but like this morning, me and Nicole and Dalton were gone, so it probably didn't get done. Other than that, though, we tried to do a newscast, or we've been trying to do a newscast every week for the past 4 weeks here, but the snow just keeps hitting us, and we keep getting out of school and it keeps messing up our schedule, so, that's not fun.
Man. And do you guys have a signal that comes out from the school building? Is that a thing at all?
I think it just goes through Beck.
Just through Beck? Okay. Oh, that's right, yeah. So Neil had mentioned you guys do work with Beck. Have they came in to sit in for one of your classes as guest speakers? What has Beck been able to provide for you guys other than the signal?
Didn't they give us our TriCaster and like most of the stuff we have?
Yeah, they give us our signal and equipment, but they don't really come in to show us, so it's been a lot of just trial and error this year.
A lot of error. Not much trial.
Hey, and sometimes, that will happen. Like some things are just, got to give it some time really, and this is a lot of good stuff, a lot of good insight there. And, do you guys study a little bit of Beck? Like, do you watch some of their streams? Do you watch some videos on YouTube? Like, what do you guys try to take away from them?
I guess I don't really watch Beck. The only things I watch from Beck are like some games, like some football games or volleyball games, whatever it is. But the only thing I know is like, I don't know, I kind of like how they do like their play-by-plays and stuff. Like they're so smooth with it. And yeah, I don't know. That's just about all I get from it.
Yeah, and them being close to Bismarck, they live or their headquarters, I believe, are in Wilton. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but got to be some good geographical, good geographics there for sure. And going back to the radio scene, what do you guys hope to maybe while you're still in high school? What do you hope to accomplish or add to maybe your resume as you go along through junior year, senior year, or even early years in freshman, sophomore? Like when did you guys get started, and how do you guys hope to? What are some things that you'd like to end off on a high note with?
I mean, I've started as a sophomore last year, and so basically, we like do things with IBS awards, and that's like in New York and stuff. And so like I want to get like best announcer of the nation. That's my goal. I mean, I already got nominated this year, but next year I want to win it because I want to go to New York. But I don't know, that's basically my goal. So
any other input? Nicole, I hear you got some awards in, was it Chicago?
Yeah, so I was involved with the John Jury Awards that they do down in Chicago, where I was nominated for Best Sports Play-by-Play and Best Sports Update. So I do the update and play-by-play. I took second and third in those, so I just missed the cutoff. But I didn't win those, but I did go down to Chicago. They didn't do really a big conference, but it's just held at North Central College. And then also for the Intercollegiate Broadcasting System this year, I was entered in for 6 awards I was nominated for, and I actually did win Best Sports Play-by-Play Other for my NDSU SDSU volleyball call.
That is really awesome, even especially at the high school level. That's just, you guys have a lot of great work being put out there, and a lot of people and that are in the field that are seeing this stuff, and all these recruiters they want to get to know you, and certainly that's really encouraging, and a lot of hard work being put behind the scenes. So yeah, good job to you guys, most certainly. And yeah, we're reaching the time for when the Com 475 class. We're actually at 3 o'clock now, so Com 475 class is just getting started. Be sure to check out MSU Inside Out. We're going live today at 5 o'clock, but these guys will be here to watch us for the whole scene. And, do you guys have any sort of, future plans, following high school? Like, do you hope to take some of these skills out into the field? Like, what are some things, if you don't want to share, that's fine, but, what do you guys hope to, have done already before you go off into secondary school or even out in the workforce?
Well, in the end, my final goal is to be on the radio somewhere. So, what I suppose before I do that, one thing I want to get done before I graduate is come up with a solid introduction. That's been kind of wavering. I want to kind of solidify something before I'm out of high school.
Nice. Awesome. Any other input or insight from the crew?
I plan on honing my skills I've learned in our TV class here. I'll probably be taking this class you just mentioned. I can't think right now.
Yeah, Com 475, the TV class. Yep.
Yeah.
We just got set up. So, yeah, it's a great opportunity for hands-on learning. So, yeah, if you do find it very intriguing, definitely we encourage you. But, yeah, if any plans that you have out there, certainly respectable. And we'd love to hear that you guys are getting out there and getting your names into the bag and, just really having a good time with it and being passionate about it as well. Anything else that I may have forgotten to mention? Anything you guys want to get out there, to throw out there on the stream?
I guess I did something cool in Chicago that not a lot of people did get to do.
Do tell.
I actually did get to meet their head sports play-by-play guy, Chuck Swirsky. So I am
nice.
in touch with Chuck Swirsky and sending him clips. So hopefully my goal before I graduate is to get a good, clean review from him and not get grilled too hard, hopefully. But I did get to go to a Bulls game then as a special guest of theirs. So I got to go to the preseason game between the Bulls and the Nuggets. So that was pretty fun to watch.
Take that, Sean Williams. He probably isn't going to watch this anyways, but I will pass it along. So Sean is a Minot Daily sports writer at sports writer at Minot Daily. Yeah, he is a big Chicago sports fan himself, so I'll have to pass that along to him. But a lot of great stuff. You guys are putting in a lot of great work all together, all around, and I think we're going to call it quits there. We're about 22 minutes in, but we can go a little short today if we have to. Guys, is there anything else you want to mention? Anything you want to promote or throw out there for the audience to know about? Any social media?
I guess I don't know.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Follow us or on YouTube as well, since we do put our TV stuff out there. Even though it's not the greatest, it helps if people, even if they say that we're not that good at it, or if we mess up, any criticism really helps because the program is so small. There was only 7 students to start, and now they're down to 5 because a couple of us had to actually drop that class with scheduling issues this semester.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So if people can be out there and watching us, that's great to hear and stuff. And it's just constructive criticism that we like to hear. But I guess there's no whole lot going on anymore for me and John, being us 2 are seniors, and we're planning at least on coming up here this fall.
Nice. Love to hear that for sure. Hey, any sort of plans with that? Again, it's all very good. I mean, regardless wherever you guys go, I'm sure there will be a lot of success that'll follow. But I guess one last question I want to throw in here, what is, Nicole, you had mentioned it, what is kind of a message for the Linton students or the student body that aren't signed up for the program, that are kind of on the fence about it? What's a message that you guys try to promote to them?
I guess our biggest message is that it's not that it's really a class, it's more of a job. So it gives you the life skills. You're getting out, you're talking to businesses, but the pressure isn't all there that you need to be perfect. It's a good way to be really well-rounded before you get out of high school, working with businesses, working professionally, learning how to take that criticism, maybe even having a boss that's younger than you and stuff like that. It overall is just kind of that little kick you need before getting out of high school, because it's just a really good way to get out there. And you also have to be more sociable, and you have to be more personable towards adults, which really does help you in the business world. And overall, as a person, you really can't go wrong with being good at communicating with people.
Awesome, and a lot of hands-on learning too. Well, with that being said, again, I'll speak on behalf of KMSU. I'm excited that you guys are going to be looking up towards to Minot State next year. But that's all that we have for you guys today. Again, this is episode 2 of the B-. We want to thank the Linton group for joining us on a special episode of the B-. If you guys want to reintroduce yourselves again, just one by one, starting here.
I was Shane.
I was Jonathan.
I was Dalton.
I'm Peyton.
And I'm Nicole.
And I am Cole Clementich, your host for the B- podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will have this up posted live on the KMSU TV, the regular YouTube channel. And with that, thank you guys for watching us. Again, B- is brought to you by Media Inc. We're going to try and get another episode in on Monday. And yeah, it should be all fun and dandy with that. Again, thank you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Take care. And yeah, enjoy this little bit of warm spring-ish weather that we have going on. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next time.